Hi Ted, I put a little video together to test the Espar D2 heater to see how long it actually would take to heat up the interior of your van, and also to compare the outside temperature with the inside temperature. And I know the van isn't insulated yet, but I thought it would be an interesting experiment to see how long it would actually take and how warm it would actually get without the insulation. And it would just a cute little experiment on my side. And also, I would like to install the stainless sink unit that I showed you when you brought the van over. And I believe that was December the 8th or the beginning of December anyway, when the van came over and I showed you this unit. And it's perfect for your build. It would fit right nicely where you had your rough drawing for your basic plan, the floor plan for your interior. And we really need to sit down and work out the actual final details. We have to get down to the fine details. You'll remember a big long list I sent you, an email, and it also had the cost of what it would cost to for materials to put all this stuff together. So it would cover the things, your basics of what your needs are and what your wants are. And I think we need to sort out exactly what those details are, because before I start insulating, before I start putting things in and building cabinets, I got to put in all the systems that are needed to support what you may, if you can't afford to do it now, you know, due to budget or whatever, cash flow. If down the road you're going to add things, I really need to still plan for it now. The planning stage is the most important. So you've had, you know, not quite 2 months, but we're getting closer to 2 months once we hit February. And I also found another gentleman, that a couple that actually put another van build together, and it supports the numbers that I sent you. So we really need to consider that. We really need to consider what the cash flow is going to be, because I'm not in any hurry in regards to how long this van will take to do or how short you'd like to do it, and that's going to be dependent on your basic needs and your wants. So we really need to sit down and fine-tune that, and I need to get some kind of realistic expectation of what the cash flow is going to be. Again, I'm not pushing one way or the other. My labor part that I talked to you about, that stays the same. That doesn't change. That's written in there for you from the estimate. So we just need to work out the materials and what's actually going to go into this build. It's very important at this stage, because I'm ready to go. I want to install this. And I can't install it until we fine-tune what's going in, and then I can design where I'm running everything, all the wires and all that kind of stuff. It needs to be done now. So hopefully we can look at that and get that taken care of. I'm going to do an outside temperature and an inside temperature test with the Espar D2 heater. And I'm going to see how long it takes to get this thing up to temperature. The auxiliary battery is fully charged. I had a charger on it, and then I put a 2 amp trickle charge. So I'm going to plug the fuse in, and that starts up the thermostat for the Espar D2 heater, and it's set to go up to 22 degrees Celsius. So I'm going to hit the power. Okay, heater is now enabled, and it's set for a 10-hour straight run time. It'll run for 10 hours. It is 10:06, January 26th on Saturday. Outside temperature is negative 10 degrees Celsius, 0.7. Thermostat wire here. So that's the sensor for the outside, so I can see what the outside temperature is. And I'm going to compare that with the inside. Inside the Sprinter is negative 6.3 degrees Celsius. The 2006 Sprinter is uninsulated, so this shall be an interesting test. You can hear the fan. You can hear the pump under the floor here, pumping the diesel. it's starting to warm up now. So it takes about 3 minutes. Well, it's 10:10 and it's producing heat. So let's see how long it takes. I'll turn this on and off every once in a while. Definitely working. It's 11:11. Outside it is right now at 8.6. There's heat coming out. Nice, plenty of heat. The outside box is nice and cool. 11:18. Negative 0.5. Clean flame. Okay, inside is 2.2 degrees Celsius. 11:40. 2.3, just went up one. Outside temperature is 8.8 degrees Celsius, negative 8.8 degrees Celsius. I'm hiding in the van. I've gone stealth. I'm hiding in the 2006 Dodge Sprinter. I got snow camouflaging, so I can peek through the snow in the windshield. Okay. I actually shuffled things around here. It still says it's heat enabled, but the fan is shutting down. I moved the thermostat off the floor and up on the same box as the Espar thermostat. Now this is reading 6.6. So it jumped up a couple degrees easily just by moving it off the floor here and up to here. So I'm going to set things up a little nicer in a second. And it's saying it's 11:58 now. Okay, the fan is spinning at a lower speed right now, so it's gone down. It's still, but it's not stopped. Kicking back on. This is the second time that it did it through this whole test run. And right now the time is 12:02. Temperature gauge says it's 9.6 degrees Celsius. So there is a difference in the two readings. And the outside temperature says negative 8.2 degrees Celsius. D2 is turning back on again. The Digimex still on, the green light's on. Now I do have this dustpan deflecting the heat so that it goes to the back of the carriage. I feel rather comfortable in here, but I am wearing a winter jacket and winter boots on right now. But I'm actually very comfortable. And considering there's no insulation in here, that's pretty darn good. And the carriage isn't even 100% sealed, really. There's a few issues that we need to deal with the body at some point. Okay, 12:12. Plus 10.7 degrees Celsius. And this here is cool to touch. Fan is working well. It's actually quite a safe unit. We're at 12.1 degrees Celsius inside according to my thermostat, and it's 12:21. Here come Nino. I'm in stealth mode. Probably can't see me. There he is. It is 13.1 degrees Celsius. Heat enabled, everything's working fine, and it's 12:29. We are 5 minutes away from the 3-hour mark. 17.3 degrees Celsius. It's 1:01 p.m. Is doing very well in an uninsulated Sprinter van. Okay, it's winding down. Just as I said that, we're at the 3-hour mark. So maybe it runs for an hour and it slows down. So this is what I'm starting to wonder here. It'll kick back in on its own, or maybe the Espar says we're at 22 already, where mine is indicating 17.6. Either way, it's very warm in here. It's nice and toasty even at this temperature. 17.7. I can hear the pump for the diesel. 1:03 p.m. So negative 7.5 outside and 17.8 inside. We're a few minutes shy of 3-hour run. 104. 18 degrees Celsius according to my thermostat. The heater, I hear the pump is running, the diesel pump. The fan is slowing down, and it's 1:04, 1:05 p.m. 18 degrees inside. It's pretty darn good. The heater is still enabled, and I do hear the fuel pump, so it's still got to be good. And the pump's not going to pump unless the heater is asking for it. But it's real warm inside. 18.1 inside. That's on the plus side, degrees Celsius. And we've now been running 3 hours exactly. So it took us 3 hours to go up to 18 degrees Celsius in an uninsulated Dodge Sprinter. We have some work ahead of us here.
Well, since my baby left me. That's perfect.
Do that, Ted. Sing some more.
Do it again. I found a new place to dwell. It's down the end of Lonely Street called Heartbreak Hotel.
I feel so lonely.
Oh. I feel so lonely, baby. I feel so lonely. I feel so lonely I could die.
That's awesome.
Well,
I think we've done our test.